Sharing is great. It's one of the best parts of social media. To see what makes people laugh, what they're passionate about, to see the creative process, to be involved in the behind the scenes, to get a look on set or at people's passions, what new technology they've discovered, what they're excited about, what thought they had that day, what article or essay they wrote. All of these things are critical. But not everything that happens in your life needs to go on social media. Share your story. It's great to have an ongoing dialogue where you regularly engage people. Posting daily content is awesome, but you don't want to post too much. The person who feels the need to take you on every trip, to every lunch that they have, on every vacation, every single thing of their life, does not come across as the type of person that you want on a video production set. Often in video, we're working on projects that are sensitive. Sometimes it's stuff for a big release or a marketing campaign, or maybe it's for an unreleased product, or it involves sensitive information in a corporate video. There are times when I have to pick crew members that I want people that have a sense of discretion. The person who's on set live streaming our shoot and posting to social media all day is not going to get invited back to the crew. In fact, I've had to kick people off of set or take away devices and made it very clear that the contents of the shoot was not contents for their Facebook timeline. So we want to avoid oversharing. Not everything needs to be shared when you're using tools professionally. First up, I always suggest you have a discussion with your spouse or partner. My spouse has shared with me that she really wishes that I wouldn't share so much about our children, so I've cut back, and that I don't reveal information that might put them at risk, so I share less biographical details about them or their location. Additionally, you're going to have to balance your personal views with client relationships. Politics are not universal. You might feel that everybody you work with must feel the same way you do, or every single creative video person must be a Democrat if you're in the United States. It's not the case. People have complex views when it comes to politics, and social media rarely changes somebody's mind. You're never going to talk somebody out of their political beliefs by responding to them on Facebook. If you want to sit down and have a meaningful conversation face-to-face over a cup of coffee about a fundamental issue with somebody you like and respect, do it. I've had some incredible conversations about ethics and politics through the years with people that I also interact with on social media. But social media is not the place where you should be preaching or trying to convert people to your political view or religious beliefs. If you're using this tool professionally, maintain professional relationships. Also, consider using multiple accounts. This is something that many people do, and it's sometimes a matter of personal taste or safety. You might have an account where you interact with friends, and you might have an account that you use professionally. Privacy controls can make that easier. Or perhaps you use rules or things that you choose to limit to friends or certain groups. I have content, for example, that when I share, I might choose to exclude all of my coworkers. That's not that you don't care about your coworkers, but there might be things that are happening in your life that you don't want to share. If my wife is having health problems and I want to vent about it or ask for support, I might limit that post to a smaller group so it doesn't affect my company, or it doesn't cause people to reach out when they don't need to. Think about it. Social media allows you to stay connected, but if you're sending the same message to everyone, it doesn't work. Similarly, I've had my parents tell me that they find all of the technical posts I put on Facebook to be annoying. So I've actually created a rule sometimes to leave out some of my tech talk so it doesn't annoy my relatives. Even though I'm passionate about it, they just want to know what my kids are up to and where we're going on vacation or what movie we saw that weekend. And they really don't want to hear my thoughts on that brand new camera I bought. So making some rules allows you to have meaningful engagements with the different parts of your life that sometimes overlap. So whether you're using multiple accounts or different groups and rules, take advantage of those tools. Also, I will tell you this much. Social media addiction is a very real problem, and it's something you need to be aware of for yourself and for your coworkers. If you can't disconnect, that's a problem. If you're getting so emotional over what people are posting that it's affecting you, that's a problem. It's just words. Now, those words are attached to thoughts and real people, but people say things online that they would never say face to face. That's because it's not a personal medium, and it allows for bullying quite easily. If social media is negatively affecting you, take a break. You can unfriend somebody or put them in a timeout or block them while still remaining connected if you don't want them to know. Providing some barriers is a good idea so you maintain mental health. And I could tell you this from having had to fire some people for it, make sure that they're not addicted and it doesn't carry into your workplace. If you can't disconnect from your device, it might cause problems with your employer. Social media is not necessarily your job, and you don't want to stay plugged in all of the time. We mentioned earlier the problem with people sharing information. In the world of video production, you are often going to be exposed to confidential information or information that can't be shared. Maybe you're working on a feature film. Well, none of those details can leak until the movie has come out. You might have a confidentiality agreement on a corporate production. You can't share that information. Privacy and confidentiality is critical. And remember, nothing is ever private online. Just because you think you limited that post to your friends doesn't mean that they can't screen share it or post it to someone else. If you publish it online to anybody, one other person, it has the potential to get out there to a broader audience. Things you say, do, or share have real-world repercussions. So always ask yourself before you post, should you post this? Or are there any risks in posting this to your professional reputation or the company or client that you're working with?